I'm sitting here with Jermaine Jones from McGrath Estate Agents New Farm. Tell us a bit about yourself, Jermaine. How long ago did you start in real estate?
I started in real estate in 2013, so coming up 11 years now.
Yep.
I haven't been at McGrath the whole time, but made the change about 5 years ago, just hoping to expand my business, and so far it's been a success. Yeah, I've enjoyed my ride. I think that everyone sort of starts out from the bottom, and I definitely did as well. And now I think I'm at a point where I'm starting to reap the rewards, and yeah, it's been a roller coaster, but a good journey.
Fantastic. And what are you looking at this year, as in growth-wise for yourself? What are you aiming for?
Well, growth-wise this year, we're hoping to just keep moving our business forward.
Yep.
Yeah, hoping to have another good year. Of course, market conditions could change that, but I think it's still, I'm very optimistic that things are very good. And the majority of agents, I would assume, think they can do this better than you guys can, even though they only make their 20 connects a day, not 200 like they should be. And yeah, I think that'd be silly not to at least engage with you guys on top of what they already do, just from a different perspective. I think it just opens the door to people that might not have you've been able to open yourself.
Sure.
Really as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Which we've found definitely. I'm just talking about one listing in particular, which we knew quite well, and he reached out after you guys called and we listed and sold his property.
Fantastic.
So that was something that, yeah, which wasn't a shock, but also in hindsight was like, well, would we have gotten that listing or not? So yeah, I think it's just a different touch point which people need to engage with.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Talk to me about how, well, I mean, that's a great point, you know, what you just said, that it's that touch point. Talk to me about those. Is that what you find most valuable with the service? What else do you find valuable?
I think the most valuable part that we find is, I think for starters, it's the opening of doors that we wouldn't have been able to get into. And I think that's an opportunity which then the agent has a chance to potentially do something with. Of course, you guys can only open the door for us, and it's up to us if we, you know, follow through with that or not. But also I think it's the adding to the database. Like the number you were talking about before, having 1,000 people that you know what address they're at, their names, numbers, emails. Like when we first started, I think ours would have been probably half of where we are.
Sure.
And now I know we're over that 1,000 mark, and that's hopefully going to keep building, of course. So I think those two things together, and it's like anything, it's going to take a couple of years. It's not going to happen one call block, you're not going to be a superstar. But you do need to stick to it, and I think that over time it's going to pay for itself, you know, tenfold.
100%. And so it's about the consistency of the calling that you guys do, and you guys obviously do your calling, and we'll do the calling in the background to help, you know, propel you a little bit further. Right? Talk to us about some of the results. You mentioned one earlier. Is there any other results that you found, you know, doesn't necessarily need to be an ROI listing, anything else that you found valuable of building the database? Where did you start at with the database? Where were you around?
We obviously trialed and errored it a lot at the start, given we had a lot of data that we didn't really know what to do with.
Sure. Yep.
So I think.
And what were we calling? What data were we calling?
You guys just started cold RP data calls.
Yep.
You started with just people that I knew what properties they owned. You guys started with just old people from open homes.
Sure.
But now we tailor it in a way that is, like, I'm giving you guys calls I know what's going to have good information involved in that, not just every property we've sold, because some of them are properties which there's only 20 buyers in there, so it's kind of pointless. So we obviously stick to our routine of people we know own properties, names, numbers and emails, and them getting consistent calls.
Yep.
And then we obviously just follow up with you following up with open home calls and that as well. We've sort of gone away from the cold calls a little bit from RP data, just given we find that data is, as you said before, it's home numbers and things like that. So it's tricky to communicate with them moving forward if we don't have an email or a mobile.
Correct.
So we've found the best solution is just people who we know own properties and people from good properties previously we've sold that have been to open homes, and just going through both of those.
Awesome.
As best we can.
Fantastic. So as a number, right, from what you guys have invested or spent, right, has there been an ROI from your perspective?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yep, absolutely.
And how much would you say that would be?
At least 5 times, I would say. Yep.
Great.
Clearly, yeah.
Fantastic.
And we've only just started a contract with you guys at the start of this year as well, which I think has definitely just changed our perspective on how consistency helps grow that part of your business, because we were spontaneous about it previously, which was just, I think, we only did it, at times when we thought we needed to. Where now every week 200 calls are getting done.
Yep.
I don't even know they're being done, and I get a report from you guys saying, here's your appointments, here's your people that we know own properties, what they want to buy, and it's up to us to follow that up, of course.
Fantastic. And look, there's always this question that I kind of like end on, right?
Yeah.
Which is, if someone was sitting on the fence and they're thinking about using K2X, what would you say to them?
Well, first of all, I'd ask them the question why they would hesitate. I think that's probably my first question I would ask back to them, given that I think it's a no-brainer. I think that if you're trying to expand your business, then, if you want to go out and outsource somebody to do that for you, you're probably going to have to teach them what to say first of all, and it might take you 6 months to get to that point, and then they might just leave. So why not just invest, a fifth of the money tomorrow, get some good information to send through to them, and you'll see a return the next week pretty much on what you've put in straight away.
Fantastic, mate. Appreciate it.